Welcome back to the Discussing and Critiquing Film and Media podcast. I'm your host for today since Mr. Juan was out. He probably got some very, very sick virus. Who knows? A lot of crazy stuff out there nowadays. But anyways, let's get started with today's show. We will be commenting on Into the Spider-Verse. Also joining with me is Mr.
Alberto.
Exactly. MLG. So let's get this started.
Okay. So what do you got for us today?
So, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, directed by Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rothman. Written by Phil Lord, distributed by Sony. Released on December 14th, 2018. I mean, yeah, it's been up for quite a bit now. I mean, it's still got its views on the box office.
What about the cast?
I mean, first let's get to the budget first. How'd they pay for that cast?
Oh, yeah.
$90 million. Fairly small budget. But I mean, still overall great quality. Fairly small. 90 million.
90 million?
It's a fairly small budget compared to other movies.
Yeah.
In box office, $302.4 million as of January 13th, 2019. So, still performing fairly well. I mean, 90 million is a small budget for what it is, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is like a comic book style movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So for the cast, we have Shameik Moore as Miles Morales, Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker, Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy, Mahershala Ali as Aaron Davies, the Prowler, Liev Schreiber as Wilson Fisk / Kingpin, Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir.
Wait. Nicolas Cage
was in this movie. That's pretty surprising coming from Nicolas Cage. He's not very
relevant.
Relevant right now.
I did not know that. How the hell did he get a role?
Continuing on, then we have our finishing is John Mulaney as Spider-Man Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Peter Porker, and Kimiko Glenn as Penny Parker.
Okay.
So, I mean, great cast overall. I mean, had its diversity, had its great cast, and appealing to the audience.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage, man. They didn't
Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Still made a pretty good casting. Acting was great. I personally loved it. It was a pretty good movie.
Yep.
His role did pretty good as well. I mean, nothing to complain about it. He was spot on for his time. I mean, for his storyline, I like how everything was told. I mean, comic book style, otherwise as well. I mean, the movie itself, film itself, I mean, really was. I mean, this is a family movie. You couldn't go into depth with it.
There's a lot of good narration in it.
The narration was spot on, honestly. I mean, for the narration, for it to work properly, you have to do it, at a rate that isn't so, how would I say?
Like, not the same.
To the point where, like, the narration tells the whole story, it just helps, like, refresh the mind a bit.
Yeah.
Keep it a little bit fresh. I mean, it's not like a Christmas tale where they're like, oh, Billy Joe did this and all that. I low-key find that annoying when they do that. All right, so the film's plot, how it tells the complete story of Miles. So I mean, let's start off with that. The beginning of the movie, we get Miles Morales. Puerto Rican
Or African American.
African American, yeah. So great character overall. I mean, I liked it. He was enjoyable. You couldn't relate to him. Kid about our age, or no, middle school.
It was what's it called? Really connectable. I could really connect to him.
A lot of people our age would probably be able to put themselves in the same shoes as him. I mean,
because he's like a kid from a ghetto.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
And goes to a charter school.
Yeah, us personally, we could connect to that since we aren't from the best part of town, but trying to make it somewhere. His dad's a cop. His mom a nurse.
Yeah, she's a nurse.
She was a nurse. Middle class right there. Just right smack in the middle. I mean, what else can you do? What else can you complain about? I mean, he seems to be living a good life. Relaxed, not too much stress. I mean, as everything comes along in life, not everything's easy, and there's always gonna be conflict. So his uncle is what, a hustler, drug dealer, or well, his uncle turns out to be the prowler, but besides that, his uncle's not a very good guy. That's what we can say. He's not a very good guy. His dad being a cop, a lot of tension right there, but also creates a good side story to follow.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, what else can we say? Alright, so the animation's unique art style also goes into play with this. I mean, the way they told this story around there was nice. So for me, it kind of divided it as a comic book. They took it straight up comic book, kind of like chapterish, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about that.
We got a lot of like different characters of different Spider-Mans, and it really showed a lot of like, potential characters that we could probably see in the MCU. I hope for.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, the villains as well. The villains were pretty good.
Yeah, Green Goblin. The Green Goblin was like a actual Green Goblin, which was, they took that off from like the newer comics of.
And Scorpion, Kingpin. What was his name? The lady, Miss Octopus lady.
Yeah, that was another different.
It was an alternative universe.
Yeah,
not the
alternative universe, like where Doctor Octopus. I think it's because Doctor Octopus died a long time ago. I think they were kind of like following like the movie of Spider-Man 2 with the sun.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure they foreshadowed it.
Yeah.
Or they showed it. They teased about it, an Easter egg about it.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie.
Oh yeah, and there was a lot of Easter eggs referencing to Spider-Man 1, where Spider-Man kissed upside down with Mary Jane. Another part was, what else? There was another one. Oh, Spider-Man 2, where he stopped the bus.
Oh yeah, the train.
Yeah. And another one from Spider-Man 3, where he did his like little cringy dance when he was
pointing at people.
Face. Yeah.
I was pointing at people, yeah. That was the 2000s back then, folks. That's how movies were like back then. Anyways, I mean, other than that, the movie really does reflect on what has happened in the past in the MCU. Me not being very knowledgeable with the MCU for a while, I mean, coming back to it, this is a great start for me. Little by little, these movies are good. I mean, better than Aquaman, that's for sure. It's competitor at the time. For me, Aquaman wasn't that good, but that's another story for another time. Along with that, you could even discuss about the movie, the soundtrack. Oof, they did pretty good on that.
Yeah, the soundtrack was really great. Had really tension moments and great stuff onto it.
They had Biggie. They had what else? I think it was The Weeknd.
Yeah. And Sway Lee with what's his name? Post Malone, which was a very big promotion for them.
I mean, they included a lot of artists, either from our time or from past times. They like to really do that mashup, and I mean, they did a good job with it.
It's a Brooklyn movie. It's from Brooklyn, and they had to put Biggie Smalls, which is a good idea.
I mean, imagine if they included Mobb Deep. Probably
would. Yeah, Mobb Deep. That would have been good too.
Maybe if they chose a different route, but either way, still a good soundtrack. The actual musical score, though, was composed by Daniel Pemberton. So that's like for some of the action sequences and all that other mumbo jumbo. That's what that's for. All right. Well, along with that, when they go into Peter Parker's the spider cave, I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. I didn't know.
The little shack.
Yeah.
A little hidden shack. You see all the suits from all the Spider-Mans, and it's crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I missed it, I'm pretty sure they had the Iron Spider in there too.
Yeah, they had the Iron Spider-Man. They also had Spider-Man 2 from the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I mean...
And they also had like some Easter egg stuff, which was like the Spider-Man's car.
The spider car, the spider bike.
Yeah.
What else? Anything spider you can slap on and you got it. Spider-Cop, I'm pretty sure. Who knows? Yeah. He just has a lot of stuff in there, like the Batman. Let's see. Into the Spider-Verse has won the Best Animated Feature Film for both the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards, it would potentially win an Oscar.
You think it can? I think it can win
Maybe.
Best Picture.
Best Picture, maybe. But let's see. I don't think any DC movies are gonna win anything anytime soon.
Yeah, no. It's been a tough year for DC though. Justice League.
Well, I mean, what did they reference? No, I don't think they referenced anything DC in this one, because usually they've been referencing DC quite a bit lately. I mean, just to tease them a bit that maybe DC isn't up to par with what Marvel is doing right now as of quality for movies, and sequels and other spin-offs that could probably potentially come out from this movie. I mean, for me personally, if they could do that with the Spider-Verse, you could go into, what was it? Spider-Man is an Amazing Friends back then, or what was the other one? Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Those old shows from the 90s and, 60s or something like that? 70s?
Yeah, 60s or 70s.
Or something like that.
They're like in the 70s or 80s.
They also went kind of into the Spider-Verse back then too, because they had, what was her name? That one old lady that Spider-Man could see. I forgot her name, but they've already explored the Spider-Verse before with alternate Spider-Mans, alternate dimensions, and I mean, for them to bring it into a modern time, it's pretty good.
On the big screen.
On the big screen, yeah. Execution was done great. I mean, I got no complaints there. All right, no, I mean that seems to be all for Spider-Man. Overall, great movie. I mean, some of the flaws, maybe you find any flaws in it?
Not really. Animation was great. I didn't see anything like any errors going on there or anything that looked kind of weird.
True. I mean, everybody, when they would spaz out from being in dimension too long.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty funny. I mean, it had its comedic relief. I mean, I kind of found the flaws in there. I mean, no, it's overall great movie. Enjoyable.
I like how they had like a little, epilepsy warning.
Oh yeah. At the beginning, because there was pretty flashy colors after a bit.
Yeah, it was.
The colors were pretty flashy. You'd probably get pretty messed up just from watching it. Anyways, moving on. Next up, we also went to go see Aquaman, which was, when did it come out? Let me see. When did Aquaman come out? Aquaman. Well, anyways, the movie had a lot of promotion. Yeah, let me see. Aqua.
Yeah, it had a lot of promotion. It was pretty bad. I mean,
alright, let's see.
They had a great cast though.
7.5 on IMDb and 64 on Rotten Tomatoes. Damn. Facebook. Didn't even know Facebook had a rating system. 4.8 out of 5. That's okay, I guess. Anyways. So, release date December 21st, in the US at least. Director James Wan. Budget $160 to $200 million. Music composed by Rupert Gregson Williams. Producers, yada yada. Peter Safran and Rob Cohen. Alright, well, let's just say it could have been better.
The story came out too flat, and some of the scenes were a little bit too short, and some were too long.
The unnecessary ones were stretched too long, and the necessary ones were cut too short.
Yeah.
It fell short. I mean, honestly, Aquaman could have done better. For me, it was missing a lot. Action was good for a time, but after it got predictable.
Yeah, it got really flat on, and it was just, I felt like I already seen these like same action sequences.
I felt like I've already seen this movie and already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
For me, the movie, it lacked a little bit more. I was hoping a little bit more backstory to Aquaman, because it was literally like 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure, of backstory.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you go to Man of Steel, you got to connect more with Clark Kent, back when this DC expanded universe started. The Man of Steel being the first movie of this universe, got great praise, great movie. The storytelling was amazing. The backstory got you really connected with Clark Kent.
And a really great script.
And great script. And great villains too. And great cast.
Yeah.
And but this one, it lacked a lot of backstory. I didn't connect with Aquaman. For me, he's still kind of...
Like, the loser because he just talks to fish. I mean, it wasn't that much of like a cool Aquaman that
They didn't really glorify him in the way, and with that, I mean, you never really got to see who Aquaman was, and we already know who or how he was born and everything, his story, his parents' story. But I want to know more about Aquaman growing up and stuff, not just him going to an aquarium and all that, but maybe him actually saving someone. Like for me, it would have been better if they would have showed him like Clark Kent, and as a kid, he got bullied. I could compare to that, and then how, in terms as the years progressed on, he decided to save that guy's life no matter what. After what happened, he saved his life. He saved the whole bus. The whole bus. And I mean, with this one, I still feel like he's kind of a jerk in a way, kind of mean.
Yeah.
Aquaman didn't really seem that appealing as a hero, and the way he was presented to Atlantis and all that. I mean, for me, I was trying too hard to beat Black Panther.
Comedy
was forced down the throat.
Yeah.
I got maybe like one or two laughs, but they were like, oh, this is kind of stupid laughs.
Yeah.
Not, oh, that was really funny laughs,
It felt like Batman v Superman all over again.
It felt like a Marvel movie. Well, with the comedy. We all know Marvel's comedy isn't the best. They kind of forced it down your throat as well. It's a mess. Anyways, that's not the point. That's not the point why these movies are made. They want to make a superhero movie, not a comedy.
But costume designs were pretty accurate to the comics.
They're accurate. It's just, did they really sue him?
It looks goofy, but they did it.
They slapped the orange suit on him, which, I mean, to be honest, doesn't really go with them. But let's just go along with what DC has planned, I guess. I mean, at this point, DC has lost my trust. I've kind of lost hope for DC for any improvements coming in the future. I mean, they had Black Manta. Yes, I like Black Manta's sequence in the movie. Just the way he ended or got killed off. Or, I mean, if he got killed off.
He didn't get killed off.
Or he got defeated. Wasn't necessarily a cool fight.
Yeah, it was too short.
I would probably rather see Black Manta stretch out to the end, because, I mean, at the end he was a mercenary. And he must be pretty good for me to actually see. Because, I mean, even Aquaman didn't defeat Black Manta in some of the comics. Or in Flashpoint Paradox, Manta was in it as well. The animated ones. The animated DC movies are far better than the real ones. What are they called?
The animes?
No, not the animated one. Let's just say the real life ones.